Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the broadcast of this NAIA Regional Championship. And we have two games for you this evening on the LSU A network of games. Nathan Martin sitting here courtside. I'll be bringing both games to you tonight. In our first matchup tonight, we have the number 8 seed Lions of Nelson University, formerly Southwestern Assemblies of God University, SWAGU as they used to be known, but now Nelson University from Waxahachie, Texas, coming again in tonight against the number 9 seed Knights of Middle Georgia State University, facing off in this first round of the NAIA Men's Basketball Championship Tournament. Tonight, the Lions of Nelson University, who have demonstrated a strong offensive presence throughout the season, are averaging 85.2 points with a field goal percentage of 48.5% and a three-point shooting accuracy of 37.2%. They shoot from the free throw line at 75 plus, and they average almost 40 rebounds a game, along with almost 20 assists per game. That's your Nelson University Lions, who tonight will be the home team on the scoreboard. On the other side of the scoreboard, the Middle Georgia State Knights. The good folks from Middle Georgia State University come into this contest with a very competitive season, averaging 77.3 points per game. And they shoot 45% from the field, so a little bit less than the Nelson Lions, but a three-point shooting accuracy of 30.8%, and right at 60% from the from the free throw line. These are two obviously offensively skilled teams. The Lions have the higher shooting percentage edge and an effective free throw shooting percentage that could give them a little bit of a leg up. However, the Knights' balanced attack and strong rebounding capabilities make them formidable opponents. And key factors to watch in this afternoon's contest will be how each team's defense handles the opposing scoring threats and which team can control the tempo of the game. This is going to be an exciting contest with both teams showcasing their talented players and their strategic play styles. Some of the folks we'll be looking for watching tonight for the Nelson University Lions, Jonathan Davis leads the team with an average of 21.4 points per game, and he's known for his explosive scoring capability. He's somebody that can also shoot from the perimeter, so looking for big things from Jonathan Davis. Michael Thompson, a junior forward, averages almost 18 points a game and picks up 8 boards per game. He's a very versatile player who contributes significantly on both ends of the court. Samuel Reed is another man that we're watching, a sophomore guard who contributed 15.6 points per game, and he's recognized for his playmaking skills and defensive tenacity. So those are some of the players we're going to be watching for tonight for Nelson. For the Middle Georgia State Knights, as I look down the list here, Derek Williams, Brandon Lewis, Isaiah Johnson are names that have been given to me as people to watch, but I'm looking on my stat sheet here, and we'll be able to give you more information as the game goes along. Both Nelson University and Middle Georgia State University have earned their spots in the 25 NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship through commendable performances this season. Nelson got here by clinching the Sooner Athletic Conference regular season title with a pivotal victory over John Brown University back on February 24th, and they finished the season with an impressive 23-8 overall record and a 19-5 mark in conference play. They did lose a narrow 65-62 loss to Langston University in the SAC Tournament Championship game. However, their regular season title is what guaranteed them the spot here tonight in this final regional final. On the other side, number 9 seed Middle Georgia State Knights got an at-large bid to the NAIA National Tournament, marking their first appearance in school history. That's an exciting thing for the Knights from Middle Georgia State University. They finished the Southern States Athletic Conference SSAC regular season as the 3rd seed in the East Division and were runners-up in the 25 SSAC tournament. Their consistent performance throughout the season including a 19-8 overall record, earned them this at-large bid. Both teams have demonstrated resilience and skill, setting the stage for an exciting matchup in the tournament. So we're excited to bring you this contest here tonight. On your scoreboard, Middle Georgia will be showing there in the gray coloring with the white numbers, and Nelson with the purple background. And Nelson will be wearing the purple jerseys with the white shorts here tonight. And so we're looking forward to a great contest between both of these teams coming in this evening. Your starters for the contest for your visiting Knights will be number 2, Jamal Taylor, a 5'9" senior from Sparta, Georgia, playing in the guard position. In the forward position, Malik Smith, a 6'5" junior from Thomaston, Georgia, who hailed from Middle Georgia Prep. David Gainius from Tallahassee, Florida, is a senior that measures up at 6'5", a pretty tall guard who transferred in from the Coastal Alabama South Community College. Bryce Turner is a 6'7" forward senior from Jacksonville, Florida. And your final starter for the Knights of Middle Georgia, number 24, Nick Cham, a 6'1" junior from Queens, New York, hailing from Marion Military Institute. On the other side, the home team, Lions of Nelson University. Your starters, we don't have as much information about them, but basically what we have are numbers and names, and so I'll give you a heads up on them. Alaric Hall, number 1, Shannon Hall, number 2, Jarius Bowling, number 5, Preston Lawrence, number 11, and Jordan Jenkins, number 15. So your head coach for the Nelson Lions is Delton Deal, assisted by Darian Davis, James Sutherland, Mitchell McMullen, and a couple of grad assistants, Jacob Owen and Logan Edwards. On the other side, head coach for Middle Georgia Knights is Scott Moe and his assistant, Tyler Thayer. We're just a minute away from the official announcement of the starters here on the contest. And now we do get have this information to give you some information about the starters here for Nelson. I mean, literally at the last second, number 1, Alaric Hall, the guard from Mansfield, Texas. I like to give you their hometowns. Shannon Hall, or C.J. Hall as he's called, from Killeen, Texas. Number 5, J.J. Bowling. He's listed as Jarius on one of our sheets here, but J.J. Bowling, that 6'6" junior from Van Alstyne, Texas. Then number 11, Preston Lawrence, is that 6'5" junior from Dallas, Texas. And rounding out your starters, number 15, Jordan Jenkins, 6'9" sophomore from Burleson, Texas, who transferred in from the University of the Ozarks. And so I'm going to update my information sheet here with this info that was just handed to me fresh off the press, hot off the press, as they say. And so your Nelson University Lions will come in tonight as the home team, not traveling as far as anybody else. They only came over from Waxahachie, Texas, but other than LSUA, who will play in the second half of the doubleheader, they had the shortest trip here this evening. Our PA announcer tonight is Rich Dupree. He will be bringing you the introductions. I'm going to be quiet so you can hear him as he brings those introductions to you here in the fort, as they call it, at the LSU Alexandria. We're going to rise now for the playing of the national anthem. nice crowd on hand here at the Fort, home of the LSUA Generals, who will be playing in the second half, including President and Chancellor of LSUA, Dr. Paul Carell, on the far side with his lovely wife. A regular feature here at all of the home games, and LSUA happy to be the host in this regional. Now back to PA announcer Rich Dupree.
Games of the NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship right here at LSU Alexandria. It is time now to meet our starting lineups. First of all, for the designated visiting team, the Middle Georgia State University Knights. From Clinton, Georgia. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Sparta, Georgia, number 2, Jamal Taylor. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Thomaston, Georgia, number 4, Molly Smith. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Tallahassee, Florida, number 5, David Ganias. At forward for Middle Georgia State University, a 6'7" senior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 11, Bryce Turner. And at guard, a 6'1" junior from Queens, New York, number 24, Nick Schaub. Head coach Scott Moe for the Knights. Now let's meet the home team on the scoreboard. The University Lions from Woodside in Texas. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Mansfield, Texas, number 1, At guard, a 6'2" senior from Killeen, Texas, number 2, CJ At forward, a 6'6" junior from Van Alstyne, Texas, number 5 is J.J. Bowling. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Dallas, Texas, number 11, Preston Lawrence. And at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Ferguson, Texas, number 15, Jordan Jenkins. Head coach of the Lions of Boston University is Delton Steele.
Well, there you have PA announcer Rich Dupree from the Fort, giving you a great job, as he does every single game here played in Alexandria, Louisiana, letting you know who the starters are for each team, and a nice little spotlight activity there, the way it should be in an NAIA championship tournament, road to the Final Four. We're looking forward to that taking place in Kansas City a little bit later in the month of March, but tonight, for Nelson, you'll see jumping number 15, Jordan Jenkins, a 6'9" sophomore from Burleson. And then across the way from him will be Bryce Turner, the 6'7" senior from Jacksonville, Florida, playing there for Middle Georgia University. So here we go. It will be controlled by the Knights as they move the ball quickly right to left on the screen in front of you and where I'm sitting as well. Taylor with the ball top of the key, looking for an offensive possession to result in some points to kick off this game. We'll hand it off nearby to Cham. Cham moving towards the baseline, looking for some help. Goes cross court, way across court. Now kicking it out, driving inside. The 10-foot shot is up and good for Jamal Taylor, drawing first blood for the Knights. Back the other way, a quick shot put up. Rebound defensively controlled by Taylor, who will bring the ball across the court. 2-0 early lead here for the Knights, and kicked out of bounds, lost out of bounds. It will now be Lions ball. 2 20-minute halves coming your way here from Alexandria, Louisiana. And quickly the first true offensive set here for the Lions. Alaric Hall brings the ball left side. Now goes to C.J. Hall, who goes into the paint, turns and spins from about 10 feet. He falls down, no foul. Rebound controlled by the Knights back the other way with the tenuous 2-point lead. Quickly with the ball, Cham is going to kick up the three. It's going to be off the back of the iron, will not go. Rebound controlled by the Lions. And back the other way we go. Not much scoring here, only 2 points so far. Thinking about the three, now driving in, now back out. Top of the key, moving the ball around effectively well into the baseline. Stopping and popping. It's going to be in and out and back in. 2 points for David. Check that out, 2 points for J.J. Bowling. And so we are tied at 2 apiece. The Knights now with the ball, slowing down, looking over to Coach Moe for the call as they move the ball around to the left-hand side. Cham with it. They're going to go back up the middle of the ball. Ganius, check that out, stops and pops from the left-hand side, and it's good. 4-2 the score. Quickly back the other way. Here's a three ball. It's good as it rattles home and flying his way back the other way. J.J. Bowling knocked down the tray, giving him 3 points for the game. So far, early in this contest, just over 2 minutes gone by. Trying to get it down inside, backing his way in now, putting out the three from the right side. It's going to be off the rim, will not go, fighting for it. Getting the offensive board and putting it back up for the Knights. David Ganius picks up a couple of more, giving him 4 points on the evening. Lions with the ball now. Nelson, formerly Southwest Assembly of God, Nelson University, the new name, kicks it over to the top. Hall with it. Now his other Hall. It's going to be C.J. from the left-hand side. And C.J. Hall gets his first points of the evening. 7-6 your score. Nelson slightly ahead by that 1 point with 3 minutes gone by in this contest. Ganius on the far side is going to come back up top to Turner. Turner is going to take the shot from about 15. It's going to be good. Man, that was a good-looking shot with a fadeaway jumper as he moved to his left. 8-7. Slight lead there, and now we have a foul underneath. Our first foul of the contest. We'll check to see. I think that, yeah, Nick Cham's going to draw his personal first team foul. So Lions will inbound. Shot off the backboard, does not draw iron. So rebound controlled by the Knights with the slight 1 point lead. Wanting to add to that. Smith with it, now kicking it outside to Cham. Back inside to Smith. The little hook is up there, will not go. The putback won't go. It's going to be a rebound for the Lions. 8-7 your score. Still early in this contest, coming up on 4 minutes gone by as we're at 16-13 to go. They're going to bounce it inside, top of the key, coming around thinking about the three. Now it's going to be a bounce pass back over to the left. CJ, who scored on the last possession, driving, trying to back in, loses the ball briefly, kicks it back out. Lawrence puts up the long three, in, out, and in again for Preston Lawrence. His first points of the contest, knocks down the tray, and the lead switches back 10-8. Here's a long shot just inside the three-point line. It's going to be controlled by the Knights. The putback is up, will not go. Another offensive board underneath, will not go. 3 shots would not fall for the Knights. Lions finally get the defensive board, swing it back the other way, and thinking about a fast break, instead have to pull it back to reset the offense. Top of the key, C.J. Hall puts up the three for C.J. Hall, giving him 5 points and making him the scoring leader of this contest. Coming now, 5 minutes gone through the first quarter. We're at 15-10. 1 quarter way through the first quarter, and the Knights moving the ball effectively on the outside perimeter passing. Taylor on the right-hand side going to come back up top to Ganius. He's going to put up the fadeaway jumper, will not go. Rebound goes to the Lions. And Alaric Hall, the shortest man on the court, got the rebound, fixed it over for a three. Would not fall for Lawrence, who knocked down the last one, but never mind. Jordan Jenkins will put offensive board and put it back 15-8 And just like that, it's a comfortable lead for the Lions. But the Knights say not so fast, driving his way to the board in a forceful way. Nick Cham scores a couple of more. Will not go for the Lions. Knights quickly in transition, coming back, trying to pull out. Jamal Taylor is going to hand it off for a nice lay-in to Bryce Turner, and Bryce Turner is going to get his couple of points, making it 4 for the evening, and everybody's going to slow it down just a little bit now. That was a lot of back and forth in the last minute. 15-12 as we continue to see Lions with the ball. Ball tipped away, stolen by Cham. He's going to go all the way. Check that. That was Jamal Taylor, and we'll have a timeout on the court. We will take it right here, 15-14, a one-point game. And we'll be right back after this word from one of our sponsors on the LSUA Generals Media Network.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Welcome back to your NAIA tournament competition taking place here at Alexandria, Louisiana, home of the Louisiana State University at Alexandria Generals, who will be playing in the second half of our doubleheader competition tonight, coming in ranked number 1. Right now, we have the showdown between number 8 and number 9, Middle State, Georgia, and Nelson from Texas, and it's a one-point contest as we're at 15-14, but the Lions want to get back a little bit more than just the 15. They got balls tipped away and recovered easily by the Lions. Thinking about the right baselines, we have a substitution. Micah Clark has checked in. They're going to hand it off to J.J. Bowling. Far side for 3, and it's good. Off the bench, Trace Bowling from Katy, Texas, knocks it down. And Trace Bowling, a 6'3" senior guard, has given the Lions a 4-point lead, and the Knights turn it over on a travel call. So the Lions will bring another substitution in. They're going to bring in Noah Jonker in for J.J. Bowling. So a couple of similar last names here. I don't have enough scouting information to know if they're brothers, cousins, or what, but similar names, not necessarily from the same hometown. So 18-14 with 13 minutes to go in this contest. Working the ball around the outside perimeter. Now going inside, going to stop at the free throw line, kick it out. Here's thinking about the 3. The guy did not take the shot. Bowling, who knocked it last time. Double teaming in the backcourt. Bowling around for the 3 from the right side. He knocked it down. And coming off the bench just like that, Trace Bowling has 6 points on 2 of 2 shooting from beyond the arch. And it's a 21-14 lead for the Lions of Nelson University. Number 8 seed versus number 9 seed in this little divisional playoff. Shot off the glass will not fall for the Knights. And quickly back the other way, C.J. Hall with the ball. Double teamed outside perimeter. They're going to pick it up. Going down inside and knocked out of bounds. Good job of recovering by Malik Smith of the Knights as the Lions had a man wide open under the basket, but the Knights did recover well to knock the ball out of bounds at the last moment. They're going to feed it inside to Clark. Micah's got the inbound pass. He's going to go up off the glass. Won't go. Knights get the rebound. And that was Ganias who came up with the good defensive board for the Knights. Back the other way. Handoff. A little bit of a collision there. Ragland in off the bench for the first time. Loses the ball, and we have a foul before the ball went out of bounds. And that's going to be on the Lions. Waiting for the So Treshawn Wilson of the Knights picks up his first personal, and they say team first. Double check that. Here comes a slam. That's the way to get the crowd into it for the Knights of Middle Georgia. So 21-16. And here's a three back the other way. Showing just like that, Noah Junker off the bench knocks down the tray, saying, look at my three-point shot. Here's a two-point and the putback. What a great offensive board was there for the Knights as pursuing the ball. Bryce Turner got the putback, but a foul back the other way on the Lions. So foul is going to be on number 11 of the Lions, Preston Lawrence. And that'll be, check that. All right, that was not on Preston Lawrence, sorry. That was on Bryce Turner. Second team foul. At the line, shooting the 1-and-1, Micah Clark would not go, but here's a three-point attempt on the offensive board. And number 55, Trace Bowling, is on fire. He was shooting that one from the next parish over. We call them parishes here in Louisiana. Y'all call them counties. He was shooting that one from the next county. 11 minutes to go. Ball lost out of bounds. A nice attempt at recovery for Trace Bowling. But what hustle by this young man who comes off the bench and has 9 points, leading all scorers on either team. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout as well. Back after this word from our sponsors on the LSUA Generals Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Welcome back to The Fort, the name of the stadium, the facility here at Louisiana State University at Alexandria. LSU has several extension campuses, Shreveport, Eunice, and Alexandria, in addition to the flagship in Baton Rouge. And LSU Alexandria won the Red River Athletic Conference, a championship and the regular season, guaranteeing them the opportunity to host this regional for NAIA tournament. And it's a 29-18 game. I'm going to tell you, a lot of those points for the Lions have been scored from beyond the arc. But now Trace Bowling, I believe, is going to pick up his first personal. He's got 3 trays, but he just picks up his first personal foul. And that is the second team foul for the Lions. Quickly underneath, a nice pass. No looking at getting it down underneath to Ragland, and nice job of getting some points on the board, 29-20. Lions, though, with this huge, they are 7 of 9 from beyond the arc. Just huge, 78% shooting from outside and three-point land. Knights do come up with the rebound, though, and they're going to move the ball back the other way, needing to get some points, some offensive production. Taylor with the ball is going to give it up to Turner. Turner picks up his dribble, needs some assistance. Back to Taylor. Taylor at the free throw line, drives in, tries to pass it off, but instead stolen by Collins of the Lions. Here's another three. Oh, this is the first miss for Bowling. He's 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. He just put a little too much mustard on that hot dog. Back the other way, and unfortunately for the Knights, they have not hit a tray tonight. They're 0 of 4 from beyond the arc, but they did get that 2-point shot. And so Ganias got the jumper and makes it 29-22. The Lions, here's a three. And that one's good for the Lions. Noah Junker hitting his second tray of the night. Living by the three and living by the three is the story of the Lions of Nelson. Their outside shooting has been spectacular. Knights back the other way. And it's going to be a short shot recovered by the Lions. Cross-court pass comes near side, another three. Too much on that one, would not fall. Defensive board controlled by Treshawn Wilson for the Knights. Quickly coming back and across the center court line, going to reset this offense. All right, we're going to bring, hold on. We're going to bring a special guest to you in just a minute after this play. And a nice shot put up for Nelson, for Middle Georgia, number 13. We're joined right now. Let me untangle this cable. Oh, my goodness. We are tangled up like nobody's business right here. There we go. Almost got it, Coach. Okay, joined courtside by Coach DeMario Jackson, the Red River Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, 2 years in a row. Coach Jackson, what does it mean for the LSUA Generals to get to host this regional?
Oh, man, it's just a testament to the work that guys have put in, the whole program. This was one of our goals, to be able to host this thing, man, in our own gym. Very rare do you find a team playing at home at their own gym in the month of March in the national tournament. So God is good, man.
Super excited to have you here. What does it mean to you personally to be named Coach of the Year 2 years in a row in your first 2 years at LSUA?
It's a program award, man. I give honor to God. I give honor to my wife, Coach Dwayne and Coach Alyssa, man. The players, everybody that's connected to our program, man. It's definitely not just about me. It's about all of us, man.
Well, you also have a young man who received the Player of the Year in cashing that. In addition to getting Player of the Year, got Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know how often people get double awards like
crazy,
that.
Huh?
Cash, he's a very special young man.
Man, listen. If I get on this mic and start talking about Cashy, man, we'll be sitting here till tomorrow. And not one bad thing to say. In all of the things that he's doing basketball-wise, that young man is going to graduate in May. All right. So, with that being said, he's an awesome young man, man. He's not replaceable. You can't replace Cashy, man.
And somewhere along the line, I've heard that LSUA Generals have one of the highest GPAs across the entire Red River Athletic Conference. Is that right?
Yes, sir. So we're not just winning on the basketball floor, man. We talk about winning in 3 different phases. We talk about winning in the classroom, in the community, and on the basketball court. So it's just a testament to what's going on.
Well, I know you're enjoying watching this first of the doubleheader tonight. You're seeing the 2 teams that have come in, traveled, one from Texas, one from Georgia. LSUA didn't have to travel. I'm sure you're hoping that will pay off for you a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And very great three-point shooting from outside by Nelson tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, as I look at their numbers, 8 of 12 from beyond the arc, they've been electric outside.
Nelson is a good team, man. Middle Georgia's a good team, man. Every team, nobody's here by luck.
You didn't get here. Nobody gave this to you.
Right. So now from this point on, it's good on good at every position. So you got to be ready to play, because if you're not, it's do or die.
It's a 10-point lead for the Lions after the free throws were both made by Clark. And we're watching some really great basketball here. Of course, Red River Athletic Conference has some great basketball. 3 teams from the RRAC made it to the NA tournament. And, of course, you guys locked it up, the first team in the nation to get to do so by winning the conference earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And I watched you guys cut down the nets, both in the season-ending game here and the tournament over at the Coliseum when y'all hosted the Red River Athletic Conference. It's got to feel really special, but I know what I'm hearing you say is the most important game is not the last game, it's the next game.
Yes, sir. It's about going 1-0, man. You can't get caught up, in the moment in moments. You got to be in the moment, but you can't get caught up in moments. You got to be able to win and get ready for the next game. You can't spend too much time celebrating the win. You got to be ready for the next game, So, and that's one thing we've done a really good job of all season.
Coach Mario Jackson of the LSUA Generals. We're taking advantage of having you here since LSUA is hosting this, and I know it's a lot of pressure on your staff to bring this competition here. You've got these folks coming in from other states. You got to help them with housing and food and all that goes along with putting on a regional. Do your players feel the enormity of this?
Yeah, they understand they understand. They know. They understand that, it's a blessing to be able to say that to not have to travel. Because last year we did it, and we know, how strenuous it can be. So they understand, and, kudos to Tyler and, all of the staff for helping along with, getting everything set up. I think everything so far has been amazing.
You'll be headed up against Stillman in the second half of this doubleheader. Even though they're seeded number 16, I know in your mind that means nothing.
Right. I tell our players that seeding just gets you a placement in the tournament. It don't tell you the persona of a team. Every team from this point on is good.
No days off, no plays off.
There you go. No days off, no plays off. And, man, we've had some really good practices leading up to this moment, so we feel good about going into the game. We got to go out there and get it done.
Another three put up by Justin Collins, and the Lions are shooting lights out ball from outside, giving them a 41-26 lead here in the first half of this doubleheader. Nelson, formerly Southwest Assemblies of God, changed their name a couple years ago, and they are playing inspired basketball here in this evening.
I got my son with me too, man. He gonna be really good, man.
Now tell me about your son. He's sitting over here, watching with us.
Oh, that's what he do. He got a lot of growing to do, but he's a good player. At his age, he's one of the best in the state.
How old is he?
D is 11.
11 years old. Well, man, I'm looking forward. Does he play? Who's he play for locally?
He played back, back to where we're from for the Red Claws.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I have a feeling you'll be bringing him for a few games. We like to do interviews during these games with some of the folks that you're recruiting. And, hopefully we'll get him on the mic.
He might want to say something right now. You want to say something? He's shy.
He said no.
He's shy. Yeah, he's shy right now.
6:06 to go. 42-26 is our score in the first half of this doubleheader. Coach Mario Jackson, thank you so much for taking the time to come chat with me this afternoon, man. I appreciate you so much.
For sure, man. Appreciate you.
One of my heroes, Coach Mario Jackson, who has continued the winning tradition at LSUA, and of course I'm going to be neutral throughout these contests as the helping out the NAIA, but my little personal comments with him, I appreciate very much him taking the time to talk to me. 43-26 with 6 minutes to go in this contest as Hall knocked down both free throws. Back the other way, the Knights trying to mount an offensive answer to what the Lions have been doing, scrambling for the ball. It's going to be recovered by the Knights. He sees an opening far side, looking at the three. It's going to be too much. Rebound by the Knights. Long old breakaway. He's got it given over to Bowling, and Bowling turns around off the glass, will not fall, and there's a foul away from the ball on number 15, Jordan Jenkins. So Jordan Jenkins picks up his first personal, third team foul is the record here as we're taking a look at Jenkins, the only player on the court with a personal foul. Knights with the ball. We're looking at 4 team fouls for Georgia, 3 for Nelson. So neither team really in foul trouble early in this contest. Disciplined teams very well, very much so. Taylor with the ball, far side, put up a long three, would not go. Rebound by Clark. Micah Clark gets back over to Hall. Then they work it over far side to CJ. Here we come back to Micah Clark for three. Oh, it falls in. Can you believe it? That ball almost stopped on the rim and then fell in for three. 46-26, a 20-point lead for the Lions of Nelson University. Knights trying to find an answer. Moving his way in, he gets some separation. There's a nice long shot for Trayshawn Wilson. And Wilson able to knock that one down, gives him 4 points on the afternoon. Here's a three the other way. It's going to be short and fought for, recovered by the Knights. Ganea's got it coming back near side. We're going to see Wilson going baseline. He's going to stop and put the shot up. Recovered ball, lost the handle. Lions come up with that recovery. And Alaric Hall is going to hand it off to C.J. Hall. One's from Mansfield, Texas. One's from Killeen, Texas. Numbers 1 and number 2 right next to each other in the order. Hall goes down inside, back up top. They're going to come to Bowling. He puts up the three. That one does not fall. One of the few threes that did not fall. 10 of 16 now on the evening from beyond the arch. Or the arc, depends on if you're from St. Louis or not. Far side, we're going to work it down and losing the ball out of bounds. It will remain Knight ball, and there will be a substitution as Bryce Turner, one of the original starters, will check back into the contest. Timeout, media timeout on the floor. We will take the timeout as well. 46-28 is your score with 3:44. Back with more on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Welcome back to the first round of this doubleheader tonight in NAIA tournament action. Alexandria, Louisiana is the home to 2 games tonight. Our first game, number 8 Lions hosting number 9 Knights. Lions from Nelson University over in Texas. The Knights hailing from Middle Georgia State University. And it is the Knights who will be inbounding the ball. They do get it in to Ganias, who is the leading scorer so far on the evening for the Knights. He's going to put up the long 2. It's going to be a little bit off to the right. Rebound by Jenkins for the Lions, and quickly back the other way. Ganias, leading scorer and leading rebounder for Middle Georgia. Shot put up will not go. Offensive board will not go. Tried to get the putback for Hall. It's going to be recovered by the Knights. 3:13 to go, and there's a whistle. Contact made in the paint. 2 players on the ground, and Coach Moe wants an intentional foul as the Nelson player stays on the floor quite a bit longer. Coach Deal will check on his status on the floor, taking his time. Jordan Jenkins. He's got 4 points on the evening on 2 of 2 shooting. Got 5 total rebounds on the evening and doing a plate game, but he is going to take a little while to be looked at. We're going to take a little quick timeout because we want to take the camera off the injured player. We'll be right back after this word on the LSUA General Sports Media Network. Welcome back to Alexandria, Louisiana, where the Nelson Lions are on a 12-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes over the Knights of Middle Georgia, who are trying to find a way to joust their way back into competition on this. And it's a 46-28 score, a comfortable lead for the Lions. But there's also a conversation between coaches and referees after that last collision. I did not get they did say the foul was on 55, Trace Bowling, and that's going to be his second personal. And Trace is going to be credited with that foul. We're going to see to the line to shoot is number 11, Bryce Turner, who knocks the first one down. So the Good shot by Bryce. He'll have another opportunity. He knocked them both down, did Bryce Turner, cutting into that what was a 20-point lead, now a 16-point lead, as that 12-2 run has been stopped, at least momentarily, because they're going to call that an intentional foul. Knights will have the ball underneath their own bucket. There's some discussion about the clock. They get it set right, and we're ready to go. Knights trying to get the ball in. They do. Almost tipped away, but coming down with it is Wilson, swinging it around to Ganius. Again, Ganius, the lead player, on a give and go underneath. Far side for three. It's going to be just short. Ganius tips it over. Great job by David Ganius, tipping it over to Trayshawn Wilson, and Wilson gets the 2 points. Knights with the ball back the other way, 46-32. The lead has been cut to 14, was 20. So now we see Middle Georgia on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. And Nelson hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes or so. So 2:30 to go in this first half. Knights moving the ball outside perimeter. Three-point shot is good. Trayshawn Wilson knocks down the three and cutting it to an 11-point game. 9-0 run headed up right now for the Knights as they have found something that's working down underneath, trying to make us find a shot. They're going to have to work it out. The Lions, it was trying to get it inside. Junker, now Junker back to him. Back will not go. The drought continues. The Lions are 0 of 4 the last, actually 1 of 7. And if you look back to the last 7 shots, Knights getting it fit underneath. It's going to be a great shot by Bryce Turner. And a timeout on the field as the lead has been cut to 9 single digits. We'll take the timeout as well. Back right after this on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Whether you're watching from Texas or Georgia, you can tell the Louisiana Lottery is a big sponsor of things. You know, in Louisiana, we do things just a little bit different. That's not gambling. It's called gaming here, and we like to have fun. So thank you for joining in to our broadcast of the first half of this NAIA tournament doubleheader, this regional taking place here in Alexandria, Louisiana. Lions on a scoring drought, trying to come up with an answer. Turnaround in the paint. It's going to be a shot from the free throw line will not fall, and Nelson, one of the last 8. There's been a lid on the bucket for them. Far side, Knights working it back up to the top. Jamal Taylor comes over near side to Cham. Cham down, bounces it down low. He's got it to Wilson. Wilson puts up the shot. There it is. The contested jumper is good. And it's now 46-39. If you were bored earlier when it was a 20-point lead, I know you're not bored now. Lions trying to hit the three, will not fall, and a foul underneath. It looks like it's going to be on the Knights. We'll see momentarily. So they're going to call foul. Trayshawn Wilson, that picks up his first personal, Trayshawn Wilson. And so I'm double checking just to make sure that's right. And that is what they say. So to the line to shoot for the Lions will be Noah Junker. Junker, who has 8 points on the evening. His first time to the free throw line, misses his free throw. And so that cuts into that free throw percentage. Now 4 and 6 on the evening from the line is Nelson. Middle Georgia 2 of 2, haven't shot very many. Junker will have another opportunity. Nelson was shooting 80% from three-point range earlier, now down to 58%. Middle Georgia was in the 20% range, and now they're shooting. They're still struggling from beyond the arc, but they're shooting almost 50%. Pardon me about that. Second free throw is good by Junker, giving him 9 points on the evening. He was 1 of 2, and the Knights let the ball roll so the clock doesn't start. Trying to preserve some time, under 1 minute to go. Working around far side. This last few minutes, it's a 13-1 run. 13-1 run for the Knights, getting them back into this contest. Shot clock coming down on 10. Feeding it down inside and backing his way. Smith, shot put up, will not go. Rebound by the Lions. Pick it up by C.J. Hall and back the other way. Lions will have no shot clock as we're down to the game clock, under 20 seconds to go. C.J. Hall outside has a pick set for him. Now underneath on the baseline, the shot off the glass will not fall for the Lions, and the ball's being knocked all over the place, knocked out of bounds. What a heads-up play by Jordan Jenkins, falling out of bounds, threw the ball off of a Knights player, retaining possession with 6.1 seconds to go. You see it on your scoreboard right there on your screen with us. 47-39, an 8-point game. It was a 20-point lead earlier, but the Knights have worked their way back into contention. And again, two shots will not fall. I got to say that the Lions have really struggled. One of the last 11 really struggling in the last 5 minutes of this contest. It's been a 13-1 run for the Knights over the last 4.5 minutes, bringing themselves back into contention, trailing by 20 at one point, now trailing just by 8 points. 47-39 at the half. We'll take a couple of minutes timeout. We'll be back with more on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Welcome back to the Fort on the campus of LSUA, Louisiana State University in Alexandria, where we've just been given a pronunciation correction for number 24, Noah Yonker. We've been saying Jonker, it's spelled Jonker, but we should have known better because Noah actually hails from right here in Alexandria. He's playing for Nelson over there in Waxahachie, Texas, but he went to Alexandria Senior High School before going to LSU Shreveport and then transferring over to Nelson. He's a junior 6'7" forward, and we're going to make sure we get that name right. Noah Yonker, hometown boy. We need to make sure we say his name right good here in the hometown of Alexandria. It's a delight to host this NAIA regional for you. Nathan Martin sitting courtside, bringing you the action as right now we're in the halftime. Want to run over a few stats for you that might show you kind of how we got here. And Nelson got out to a pretty hefty lead, leading by 20 at one point, and a lot of it on three-point shooting. They are 10 of 17 from beyond the arc for 71%. That's some pretty. I'm sorry. Let me give you that one. 59%. 59%. On 10 of 17 from beyond on the arc. What's really hurt Middle State is that they're 1 of 9 in three-point territory, so only shooting 11%. Now, free throws, not so bad. The Knights are 2 of 2 for 100%, but they've only had 2 opportunities, where the Lions are 5 of 7, and that's where that 71% comes in. Your leading scorer for Nelson is Noah Yonker with 9 points. And that's why we got to make sure we say his name right. Jordan Jenkins has 5 rebounds, and J.J. Bowling has 4 assists. And so that gives you an idea of kind of who the leading scorers are. The largest lead was 20 with 5 minutes to go in the first. It was 46-26. But as you can see in the last 5 minutes, Nelson has only scored 1 point in the last 5 minutes. That's quite a lid that's been put on the back on the bucket for the Lions. Middle Georgia State, their shooting has been in the free throw in the field goal percentage. They're actually out shooting Nelson 47% to 44% on 18 of 38. They've just been hurt on that 1 of 9 3-point attempts. And I mentioned a while ago they're 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Their leading scorer is Bryce Turner with 12 points. He also has 8 rebounds, so just a couple away from a double-double. Nick Cham has 3 assists, and so that's the leading assistant player. Their last field goal was that jumper made by Wilson with 1:08 to go, which brought the score to 46-39. And then, as we mentioned to you, Nelson got that one free throw point that gave them the 47-39. Largest lead for Middle Georgia. They did jump out early, but with just like under a minute, they were up 4-2. Then went down by 20 and now trail by 8 points. What kind of adjustments will be made in the locker room as Coach Scott Moe for the Knights, is going to be talking to his team about some adjustments. And on the other side, Coach Delton Deal. When we look at total fouls, neither team in serious trouble. Georgia has 5 total team fouls, 2 apiece, though, on Turner and Cham. So that's something to keep an eye for as we look to see who might be in trouble. The only other one is Treshawn Wilson with 2. Looking at fouls on the other side, Jenkins is the only starter with a foul. He has 1. Trace Bowling has 2. He hit those trays. Let me tell you, Bowling knocking down some big points. And I think he's 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. But the only starter with a foul would be Trace Jenkins. Bowling with 1. I think Preston Lawrence has 1, but I don't have that on my log sheet right here. So it's been a tremendous contest up until this point for Nelson, although the last 5 minutes has been a drought for them. And I'm sure they're looking forward to trying to make an adjustment to get back into scoring opportunities. As I look down Nelson on the personal foul, it is Collins that has 1, and then Bowling has 2. So Jenkins with 1. Let me make sure I get that right. Trace Bowling has 2. Number 13, Justin Collins has 1. I got to make sure I mark that one right. And then Jenkins is the other player, Jordan Jenkins, number 15. So when you're looking at personal fouls off the bench, only Wilson has 1 off the bench, Treshawn Wilson. Nobody really in serious foul trouble on this evening. Just tremendous shooting from beyond the arc. Well, let's get that word right, for Nelson. 16 of 36 overall. And I'm trying to look at some stats that are being sent to we just received some starters for the next contest. So we'll do that during one of the timeouts. When you're running a show by yourself, you get all kinds of distractions for you. But 47 to 44% shooting. The slight lead there to Middle Georgia. But the big difference would be out that 3-point, as we mentioned to you a while ago. Total rebounds, Georgia has 23 to 18 by Nelson. And so the offensive boards have slightly favored Middle Georgia. 13 points off the bench for Georgia. But how about this? Of the 39 points, 30 of them have been scored off the bench for Nelson. So that's a way to contribute. Most of Middle Georgia's points have been in the paint, 20 of their 39. Only 6 points by the Lions have been scored inside. So some significant numbers there that you see the two teams, how they're battling out. 47-39 at the half. What a tremendous first half of a doubleheader it's been. We're about 6 minutes away from second half. We're going to let the camera just stay on for you for a minute, and I'm going to wet the whistle, come back, and bring you the second half right after this. You're listening to the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
We welcome you back to the second half action right here in Alexandria, home of the LSUA Generals. We'll be playing in the second half of this NAIA tournament regional championship, and we're excited to bring it to you. Nathan Martin sitting courtside. So with the ball, Knights will kick it off as they have done a great job in the last 5 minutes of the first half, drawing themselves within, but the shot is up, will not go, rebounded by the Lions, who were held scoreless the last 5 minutes except for one rebound, led by 20 at one point, but now lead by just 8 points. Lions now moving right to left in front of us in the traditional white uniforms of the home team. 47-39, and just like that, getting on the scoreboard, Jordan Jenkins with a nice layup underneath. Most of the points have been outside, but there's a couple more from inside for the Lions, making it a 10-point game, 49-39. We're just getting started in the second period of plays. Jenkins way outside, provides some defensive pressure, working his way inside. Now the Knights bounce pass underneath off the glass. Touch pass is good, and the shot by Malik Smith is also good. A steal by the Knights by himself off the glass. He got the steal. He got the two. Jamal Taylor. And Jamal Taylor with 6 points now, wanting to take some control. That's 4 points. Trying to go for the jam. Blocked from behind. Could not get it to fall. Jenkins back the other way. The Knights, who have cut this lead down to 6, 49-43. And the Knights take the shot. Well, it's going to fall short. Jenkins will get the rebound. And the Lions now back on offense. Hall with it, gives it to other Hall. Bound inside. They're going to work it to Bowling. Back out to Hall. Calls for the screen. Bounce pass left side. Putting up the three. It's good. Preston Lawrence knocks it down again. And that is 6 points for him on 2 of 5 shots from beyond the arc. Preston Lawrence with 6 points on the evening. Knights back the other way underneath the right-hand side. Thought about baseline drive. Came back out of it. Switching out on the defense. The ball's being down inside. Now the Knights put the shot up from the right-hand side. It was kicked out. Rebound fought for and controlled by the Lions. 9-point lead for the Lions, wanting to get back into a double-digit lead. Here's a three from the top of the key. It's good for J. Bowling. 6 points for him on 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. 2 of 5 overall. Now the Knights seeing their momentum slowing down just a bit, driving inside behind the back. Pass is going to be over to Latrell Davis. Check that over to Malik Smith. And Malik Smith gets his 4th point of the contest for the Knights. Lions working it around. Here's a three from the left-hand side. Oh, back iron will not fall. Rebound for the Knights. Smith, who got the last shot, got the rebound as well. They'll come back around to Cham. Cham, 2 points on the evening on 1 of 4 shooting. Comes right side between the leg dribble. Goes for the alley-oop pass. It's going to be lost out of bounds. And it will be Lions ball on the turnover. Number 9, Middle Georgia State versus number 8, Nelson University. Great contest here in the first half of this doubleheader action. With a 10-point lead, the Lions have the ball, moving themselves right to left. Handoff from Hall to Hall. Top of the key, CJ goes underneath, trying to feed it, and it will not go for Jordan Jenkins on the nice pass from CJ. Couldn't get it to drop, not scoring as many off the points, and we'll have a defensive foul back the other way. Knights are going to go to the line. Foul is on CJ Hall. Will pick up his first personal. And we'll see a substitution coming in from the Knights as Treshawn Wilson off the bench will check in from Malik Smith. And on the other side, you're going to see Justin Collins coming in for Preston Lawrence. So each team making their chess moves on the board, trying to get the right pieces in play. Knights trailing by 10, 55-45. Get it in bounds And they're going to kick it back over to Cham. Cham feeds it down inside. Turnaround jumper will go off the bench. Treshawn Wilson contributes just like that. So Wilson scoring 13 points off the bench. C.J. Hall with the ball is going to drive into the paint, kick it over near side. Here's a two-point attempt. It's going to be long two at the line and fall into the ground. Lions player goes. Justin Collins lost his footing, but back the other way. Is there a charge? There is a charge. Shot was good, but it will not count as da-da-da-da-da-da. You can't do that. And foul is going to be on Bryce Turner. That'll be his third personal. And if you're Coach Scott Moe, you might be thinking, okay, we got to watch Bryce as one of our starters playing with 3 personal fouls. No substitution there as the players make their own efforts with the mop over there to dry off the board. Lions will inbound the ball, leading by 8, 55-47. Coming up on 15 minutes, 4.5 minutes have gone by. Lions now not scared to take the outside shot. Far side, Alaric Hall with it, going to come back over to C.J. Hall. Blocked out of bounds, big block by Wilson, but it will be out of bounds on the Knights. And so we'll see a substitution back the other way. Micah Clark is going to check in for Jordan Jenkins. Micah Clark, 6'7" junior out of Garland, Texas, coming in for the 6'9" sophomore from Burleson, Texas. So a couple of inches traded off there on that sub. Lions turnaround jumper for CJ is good. And CJ gets his 9th point of the evening. Under 15 minutes to go. Knights with the ball, double team. It's got the help he needed. Now back outside, shooting, not shooting it, but passing it down inside. Have to kick it back out for 3. Oh, back iron will not go. Offensive board is there, and the putback is blocked from behind by Micah Clark off the bench. Back the other way, the Lions moving it around, thinking about the 3, putting up the 3. C.J. Hall took the 3, missed the 3. Knights got the rebound. 10-point game again, 57-40. Here's a 3. Oh, it's going to be off just a little bit. They're zeroing in, it looks like, but the Lions get the rebound, and it remains a 10-point game. As you look at the leading scorers, 9 points for C.J. Hall. He's the leading scorer. Nobody in double digits yet for Knights. Just shows you how many different players have been scoring for the Lions to be leading by 10 points, and yet no player in double digits yet for Nelson. Middle Georgia State, 47, trailing by 10. Leading scorer off the bench, Treshawn Wilson with 13. They're going to go back up top, getting the pass over to Jamal Taylor. He's going to kick it out to Cham. Cham thinks about the 3, instead comes over the right. 2 seconds on the clock. He's got to put it up. He does. And we have a shot clock violation. As a shot went off before the buzzer, but it did not draw iron. Shot clock violation for the Knights. And we'll take the timeout, media timeout. We'll take it right here. Back after.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Welcome back to the Fort in Alexandria, home of the LSUA Generals, who will be playing in the second half of this doubleheader. I mentioned to you, for the Nelson Lions, no player in double digits, even though they lead by 10, 57-47. And here's why. 9 points each for Collins, Yonker, and Bowling off the bench. I'm sorry, for Yonker, Bowling, and C.J. Hall off the bench. Is that not crazy? C.J. Hall, the only starter in that trio of 9-pointers. And then you've got 7 points for Clark off the bench, 5 points for Collins off the bench, 6 points apiece for Bowling, Lawrence, and Jenkins as starters. So, man, the bench has been contributing big time to the Lions' prowess here as they prowl their way into a 10-point lead. 13 and a half minutes left to go. Clark with it is going to hand it off to Alaric Hall, going over far side. Here's the man who hit his first 3 trays. Back up top, Clark for 3. It's going to be in and out. That one comes out. Long rebound will go to Collins, though. The Lions get a fresh shot clock, and the ball not lost out of bounds on the Knights. It will remain possession of the Lions. So what a tremendous game we're seeing here. It was a 20-point lead at one time, working it down to in single digits. Lions, though, trying to get back into a big lead. And there's a foul on the Knights underneath. We'll see a free throw here in a minute. I believe the foul might be on Smith. David Ganias gets his first personal, and Ganias has played one heck of a game here for the Knights. 8 points on 4 of 9 shooting, but he gets contributed with his first foul called against him. Free throw did not go for Justin Collins. So Justin now 0 of 1 from the line. He's 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. And he missed both of them, uncharacteristic. But the Lions get the offensive board. How about that? Moving the ball around, Micah Clark off the bench is looking for some help in the paint. He's going to turn instead and shoot. Back iron will not go, fighting for it. Rebounded by Clark, got his own board, and lost out of bounds. It's going to stay Knight ball as the fight for the ball on the far side. Knight player stepped out of bounds, and we will see Bryce Turner check in for Malik Smith. So Turner playing with those 3 personal fouls back in the game. He's 12 points, the second leading scorer for the Knights. They need his offensive production. Moving the ball around far side. Here's Bowling, who hit 3 of 4 trays in the first half. He's looking for some help. Here comes the Clark, puts up the 3. Count it at the buzzer. Micah Clark shot that one from Garland, Texas. And it gives the Lions a 13-point lead. Shot up. Count the basket, they say. Justin Collins will pick up his second foul. And it looks like Jamal Taylor got the layup to go, and he was fouled, so he'll have an opportunity to make 3 points the old-fashioned way from the free throw line. Substitution back the other way for the Lions. We'll see Dallas Smith coming in, I think for the first time, as we look to see coming in for Hall. That substitution being made there. Free throw is up and good, so he got the 3 points the traditional way. 10-point game, that's how you answer the 3. Lions now facing the press, need to get across the timeline. Bowling does get it over to Collins, playing with 2, and he loses the handle. A fight for the ball and a foul against the Lions. I believe that's going to be Collins' third. Justin Collins will get called for his 3rd personal foul. So Collins, who has 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting, including 1 tray, has picked up his 3rd personal foul, the only player for the Lions with 3. And he will remain in the game. And then we'll see him substituted. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the media timeout as well. 10-point game with 12:05 to go, 60-50. Back with more after this media timeout on the LSUA General Sports Media Network. It's a 10-point lead for the Lions of Nelson University, 60-50. And even though they lead by 10 and have scored 60 points, only one player has double digits. Micah Clark off the bench on 3 of 8 shooting from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line, has 10 points. And that is the only player in double digits for the Lions. 9 apiece for Yonker and Bowling and Hall, C.J. Hall. So, man, a lot of even scoring over there, but a lot of people scoring for the Lions. On the other side, leading scorer for the Knights of Middle Georgia State with 13 points is Wilson off the bench. 12 points for Turner, one of the starters, but the bench points have played big in this contest. Knights with the ball, trailing by 10 with 12 minutes to go in this contest. The first of 2 games tonight, single elimination, taking it to the hole and being fouled. Could not get the point to fall, but Jamal Taylor is going to get a free trip to the free throw line as Dallas Smith, I believe, is going to get called for his first. They do call Dallas Smith, and that will send Jamal Taylor to the line. He's 1 of 1 from the line, and he missed that one. I shouldn't have jinxed him. Now 1 of 2 from the line. He's got 9 points. One more will put him in double digits, and that'll help him out. Oh, front rimmed it again. Both shots were mirror images of one another. Left it short twice. 60-50 with 11:46 to go. Bowling with the ball now, moving it around. Big Bowling, man, he is not afraid to take the outside shot. And here's another 3. That one won't go. Fighting for it underneath. It will be Turner getting the defensive rebound for the Knights. So nothing lost on that possession as the Lions unable to capitalize. Wilson with the ball. He kicks it over right-hand side. Back to Wilson. They come. He puts up the 3. It's going to be off just to the left. And Micah Clark gets the defensive board. Quickly back the other way. Micah goes, and losing it all out of bounds. Micah Clark was trying to get it over to Dallas Smith, and the pass was just a little bit too high for the 6'1" guard from Garland, Texas, to come down with it. So the Knights will have the ball, still trailing by 10 with exactly 11-11 on the score clock. Well, not anymore because the clock started. Coming up on 11 minutes to go, Knights with the ball, driving into the paint, stopping and popping, will not go. Offensive board will not go, and defensive board controlled by Micah Clark, who needs some help. He's going to get over to C.J. Hall, and he gets it across the timeline with 1 second to spare. Contact, no call, and he goes to the ground, needing some help, controls the ball, gets it over left-hand side, and a whistle. Whistle against Middle Georgia, and they're going to call Trevon Ragland his first personal. The young man from Meridianville, Alabama, 6'3" junior, transfer from Calhoun Community College, gets called for his first personal. Bowling with the ball way outside, has it stolen from him. Ragland, who just committed the foul, gets the steal, and then Bowling steals it back. He's going to bounce past it for the slam. Micah Clark give the assist to Trace Bowling on a beautiful bounce pass, and it's a 12-point lead, 62-50 for the Lions. Okay, Knights got to make something happen here, and taking it into the paint, fouled underneath. That's going to be a foul on 24, Nick Cham. That will be his third. Check that. Back the other way, Noah Yonker committed the foul. So Noah Yonker will pronounce his name right for the first time. He's got 9 points off the bench. Man, some great contribution for the Alexandria Senior High School product. And the shot goes for David Ganias. And with that, David now has 9 points as well for Middle Georgia State. 4 of 10 from the field. And he now with that 9th point. Give him 10 as he knocks them both down. remaining a 10-point game, 62-52. Lions are seeing pressure. Ball tipped but controlled. Now back, they're going to go to Clark. Clark puts the shot up off the glass. It falls through. Got the shoulder, no foul. And the 12-point lead again as we are just trading points. Here come the Knights going inside from the free throw line. Stop pop will not go. Fighting for the rebound underneath. The Lions control it. And stolen back. Shot up. Couldn't get it to fall. It would have been nice for Ganeas, but he will be fouled and get the show go to the line. Foul is on 13. Justin Collins, his fourth. And so Coach Delton Deal is going to have to make a decision about Justin Collins, who's got 4 personal fouls out there. And Collins, with 5 points, has those 4 fouls, and that's going to be problematic with 9.5 minutes to go. David Ganeas couldn't get the first one to drop. So he's got 10 points on 2 of 3 free throw shooting and 4 of 10 from the field. We will see a little substitution here, and we'll take the timeout. Media timeout. We'll take it as we can. It's a 12-point lead. Back after this timeout on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Welcome back to the Fort on the campus of LSU Alexandria, where the first half of this doubleheader is underway. A 12-point lead by the Lions, the number 8 Lions from Nelson University over in Texas, over the number 9 Knights from Middle Georgia, who've had the longest trip probably of anybody. We've got Stillman University coming up in the second half of the doubleheader from Alabama. They have come a long way as well from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But your Middle Georgia State University had to travel a little bit further to make their way here to Alexandria, Louisiana. And the crowd is starting to get a little thick here. We got a lot of fans starting to show up for the second half, where the LSUA will certainly have the home court advantage. On the floor right now for Nelson, you've got Hall, number 1, Bowling, Lawrence, Jenkins, and Bowling, 2 Bowlings on there, number 5 and number 55. That's not confusing at all. From Middle Georgia, you've got Taylor, Ganeas, who's about to shoot the free throw, Turner, Wilson, and Cham. Ganeas knocks the second one down, giving him 11 points on the game and making it an 11-point game, 64-53. Bowling, back up top to Bowling. And then they work the ball around to Alaric Hall. Almost stolen, and it is stolen. Here we go back the other way. Ganeas lays it up for 2, and we're back to a 64-55, 9-point single-digit lead for the first time in quite some time. Trying to get a little separation, bouncing it down inside. C.J. Hall, turnaround jumper, will not fall, but he's fouled in the process. And with that, number 13, Treshawn Wilson, he's going to get his second personal. 4th team foul of the second half. Lions have 6 team fouls, so they'll be giving up the bonus here soon. But right now at the line will be Jamal Taylor, and he'll be shooting too because of the shooting foul situation. Jamal Taylor has 9 points, wants to get into double digits. He's 4 of 7 from the field, but 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Make it 2 of 4 as he knocks that one down without any problems. And I said, I gave you the wrong number there. That's C.J. Hall giving him 10 points. I guess I need to look at the right side. Sorry, guys. C.J. Hall shooting. He has 10 points and stays at 10 as he couldn't get that one to fall. He's now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. So I'll get my numbers right here in a second. Okay, way outside. Cham with the ball off of a little bit of a screen. Going to stay into the paint. Now hands it off and moving right side, trying to feed it down inside. You've got Wilson with it. Wilson back up top, moving the ball far side, coming baseline, scooping it up. Oh, it falls good. Shot is good for the Knights. And Ganeas continues to add to his points, 15, leading scorer for the Knights. Making it an 8-point game. Putting it up off the glass on the alley-oop, and it falls good for Jordan Jenkins. Jenkins with 8 points now. Here's a three for the Knights. It's good. Timeout. The Knights take it with a 7-point deficit. It's the closest this game has been for a long time. We'll take the timeout as well. 67-60, Lions by 7. Back right after this on the LSUA Sports Media Network.
Okay, this time I'm ready to start scratching some lottery tickets.
What do you mean, ready?
I got my lucky rabbit's foot and a 4-leaf clover in my pocket.
Very nice. And just in time because the lottery has 4 fun new games to play.
Introducing Win It All. Win up to $4,000. Money Talks. Win up to $15,000. Try Bingo Match. Top prize $30,000. And play Wild 888. Top prize $88,888. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Exactly 8 minutes to go in this contest. 7-point lead for the Lions, who have the ball and have seen their 20-point lead cut down to just 7 by this tenacious Knights offense, who are working as a team. But the Lions with the ball again as they continue to work clock. C.J. Hall with it, right side. He's going to drive in himself. Layup off the glass will not go. Long rebound comes out to the Knights. And quickly back the other way, David Ganeas. Here's a three for the Knights. Oh, that one's off to the left-hand side for Trayshawn Wilson. Out of bounds. It will be Lions ball. Can you imagine what would have happened had they made that one and cut the lead to just 4? There's a lot of LSUA fans here in the stands, but folks sometimes have a tendency to cheer for the underdog. I don't know who the fans really are cheering for. They're evenly dispersed so far. Knights with the ball, going to bounce past to Bowling. He sees way underneath other Bowling, puts the shot up, trying to get the alley-oop. Would not fall for Jordan Jenkins on the little loop up from J.J. Bowling. Ball lost out of bounds. And it will be Knight ball as they come back to wipe up the potential sweat. So Knights will have the ball on the missed opportunity by the Lions, who thought they had a slam opportunity on the alley-oop. We did not go from Bowling to Jenkins. Knights now back in the game. Malik Smith. He's going to hand off to Cham. Back up top side to come to Ganeas. Near side over to Taylor. Taylor picks up his dribble, needs some help, comes back overside, in the paint, shot up, right-handed shot. Doesn't need any help. Malik Smith knocks it down. And that's 6 points for Malik, and it's a 5-point contest. Almost losing the ball is Bowling off of his knee. Double team. They do get the ball over far side to the other Bowling. Back up top side, they get it to C.J. Hall. C.J. has a screen set for him, comes back near side. He shoots the three-pointer that was there for them in the first half, but not in the second half. Hasn't been as well. Getting the ball, fighting it out. They do get it over to Bowling, JJ. And C.J. Hall with the ball way outside. Shot clock under 10, just over 6 minutes to go in the contest. Between the leg dribble, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes number 1. Still, the kiss off the glass is good for Alaric Hall. And Alaric Hall gets his first points of the evening with a timeout on the floor, 69-62. We'll take the timeout as well. Right back after this on the LSUA's General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
It's a 7-point game, a 7-point lead for the Lions, 69-62. But the Knights, who had trailed by 20 in the first half, have been working their way back in. And I'll tell you one thing, the Knights are 4 of their last 5 shots. That's what's getting that deficit being chewed away at. The old saying of how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. The Knights are chewing away at this Lion, number 8 seeded team, one bite at a time. They're going to roll the ball in and let the clock not start. Didn't save too much time, but back the other way. Here they come. Taylor with the ball. He's going to go inside the paint, give it off to Cham. Cham comes near side. They're going to work it over to Ganeas. Far side back to Taylor. Taylor near the Cham. Cham goes into the paint, going to lay it up. It's going to hit the front rim, but he will be fouled and get to shoot 2. And that foul is going to be, that could be on 13. Oh, they're going to say that's on 15. Jordan Jenkins, his second. And the 7th team foul. We will be shooting 2. Cham will be shooting 2 as he was fouled. Okay, shooting 1 and 1. I thought it was while he was shooting. Should be 2. Thank you. PA announcer said 1 and 1, but it was in the act of shooting. So Cham will shoot 2 shots. Gets the first one to fall, making it a 6-point game, 69-63. And Nick Cham, that's his 3rd point of the contest. He's 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc, but he is a perfect 2 of 2 from the stripes. And it gives him 4 points on the evening and a 5-point game. It was a 20-point lead early. I can't help but stress this. Momentum has a way of favoring one team and then changing sides. Quickly back the other way, the Lions, top of the key. Alaric Hall has the ball. He's got Cham on him. They're going to switch out. Coming near side to Clark. C.J. Hall has it, left hand side. Inside to Clark. He's backing his way in. He's kicking out to Clark, to Hall for 3. It's good. And just like that, C.J. Hall brings it back out to an 8-point game, 72-64. These Lions, if they start hitting it on the outside like they did in the first half, they'll be scary. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the contest, the 8-point lead by the Lions was down to 5. Going baseline, needing some help. Picking up his dribble, and the ball is stolen. Back the other way, Micah Clark by himself. Slam, jam, thank you, ma'am. 4:47 and a 10-point lead on that 2-point slam. The Knights trying to get back into it. Here's the shot. Ganeas could not get it to fall, and it's going to be Alaric Hall with the rebound for the Lions. 10-point lead. You felt like something was happening. They got it down to 5, but now they've stretched it out. 3 of the last 3 are good for the Lions. That breaks the streak there. So it's now 3 of the last 4. And Knights have not scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Definitely need to get back into it. No, here's a 3. Oh, to the left. Will not fall for Taylor. Put back. Fighting for it. Will not go. Rebound by the Lions. Jordan Jenkins got that defensive board. And so with under 4 minutes to go, it's a 10-point game, and the Lions feeling good, but the momentum seems to have shifted back their way. Back to a 10-point game, and they feel good running clock. Far side, C.J. Hall off the screen. He's going to stop. He goes up, and he's fouled in the process of shooting by Malik Smith. That'll be his first personal. So the first personal on Malik is going to call for a media timeout. We'll take it as well. 74-64 is your score. Back after this on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
We welcome you back to the Fort, the home of the Generals, who have a Bulldog mascot named Tank. He'll probably make an appearance here later in this NAIA regional tournament. There's a lot of games going on where 64 teams around the nation are trying to find out which 16 will travel to Kansas City. Elimination, single elimination. 3:33 to go in this contest. C.J. Hall will shoot 2 from the line, and he is 3 of 4 from the line. Actually make that 4 of 5 as he knocks that first one down. Increasing the lead to 11. And he misses the second one. Thought he had it, but it bounced in and out. Back the other way. Nick Cham with the ball. Got to score quickly, trailing by 11 with a little over 3 minutes to go. Has a screen set. Was not as effective as he would have liked. Back over to Wilson, who's been quiet. Ball is stolen, and then stolen back by the Knights as Alaric Hall had his pocket picked. And here we go, putting off the shot off the glass. It falls good for Nick Cham, who hadn't scored in a while, but Nick Cham got the 2 points to fall. And that makes him 2 of 6 for 6 points on the evening. We'll take the timeout with 3:05 to go, 75-66. Back after this word from the 16 points from Micah Clark off the bench, leads the Nelson Lions with big points off the bench. 14 points for C.J. Hall, the only 2 players in double digits. On the other side, you've got Wilson off the bench with 16, Ganias with 15 as a starter, and Turner with 12. So big bench points. The Lions get the ball in 30 minutes exactly with an 11-point lead. C.J. Hall comes across the timeline, and we're under 3 minutes to go. The Knights have got to start feeling the pressure with an 11-point deficit squaring them in the face. Lions free to run clock as they feel. Little press. Here's a 3 from the outside. It's going to hit the front rim, not go. Fighting for it underneath, and the rebound is controlled by Wilson. Tries to get the long touchdown pass. Will not go. Lost out of bounds. He was trying to find over in the corner Bryce Turner playing with 3 fouls. Bryce Turner could not hold on to that one. He's got 12 points. Wanted to add to it, but ball just a little outside. 2:30 to go in this first half of the doubleheader. Stick around. We've got the Generals and Stillman. Generals of LSUA versus Stillman University coming up next. Second half of the NAIA Tournament Championship round here in Alexandria, Louisiana. C.J. Hall just content to run clock. Now goes in the paint. Left-hand shot off the glass is good. 77-66. Brings it back to a double-digit, 11-point lead. Knight trapped in the backfield in the corner, and they're going to kick it down inside off the glass. That one is good. Give it up to Treshawn Wilson. And Wilson has his 18-point lead off the bench. Great contribution by him. Back to a 9-point game, though, with 1:30 to go, and we'll have a first foul, first intentional foul. It won't be called that way, but the first time you foul to stop the clock. Nick Cham will get his third personal, as that's what you're going to be seeing a lot of from here on out to try to stop the clock. Knights really can't afford to let too much clock run. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bowling has the ball into him, and quickly another foul right away. And Nick Cham, I think, is going to get called for his fourth. So that's his. I'm saying Cham. P announcer saying Cham. I'm not sure where the young man from Queens, New York, whether he prefers Cham or Cham. But Nick has played a great game for the Knights. Justin Collins, with his 4 personals, knocks down the first free throw opportunity. So Collins has the second shot just as good as the first one, makes it 79-68. Back to that 11-point lead. Cham with the ball, got to go inside. He loses it, hands it off. Oh, it fortunately goes into the hands of a fellow Knight. And then down far side, shot put up, will not go. Bowling gets the ball. Big Trace Bowling gets the rebound. And the Lions with the ball now will be no foul yet. I'm surprised at that. C.J. Hall with the ball. Nobody's fouling him. We're coming on a minute to go. And he's going to run clock, go into the paint, kicking it back out to Bowling. Clock down to under 10 on the shot clock. Just burning it off the glass. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll be Lions ball with 3 seconds on the shot clock. 53.8 seconds left in this contest. 11-point lead for the Knights. And the little cat pass on the inside is good. J.J. Bowling gets his 8th point of the contest. Back the other way, Cham glass is good. And we'll have a timeout with 43.4 seconds. We'll keep it here on this timeout. Knights now trail by 11, 81-70. And, you know, when you talk about those trends, you talk about momentum, you talk about the way things go, then the Lions are 5 of the last 7. Let's go ahead and take this timeout. We'll come back.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Welcome back to the Fort, Alexandria, Louisiana, the home of the LSUA Generals, who will come up in the second half of this doubleheader after the conclusion of this game, and a little timeout to allow for warm-ups. 43.4 seconds remain in this contest. Lions will inbound with the 11-point lead, and the question is fouling. Will it happen? Cham fouled, no call. Now the foul committed by number 2, Jamal Taylor, who had him to give his first personal. Cham fortunate not to get called because he has 4 already. So we mentioned to you that the Lions are 5 of the last 7 from the field. And that shows you how the lead had been cut to 5. It's back up to 11. We'll see substitution coming in. Trace Bowling checks in for Alaric Hall. Also, Justin Collins back in with 4 fouls. First free throw is good for CJ, making it a 12-point lead, and CJ Hall with 17 points, leading scorer from the Lions. He knocked them both down. 13-point game with 38 seconds to go. Knights need to put up the three if they can get back into it. Long two, put up, it's good. That one falls well for Trayshawn Wilson. And we have an instant foul. Be a 1-and-1 opportunity coming back the other way. And number 11, Bryce Turner, gets called for his fourth personal, 9th team foul. So because of the bonus, C.J. Hall will go back to the line as we look at your leading scorer, C.J. with 18. Micah Clark off the bench with 16. And that's the only two players in double digits, and that's pretty impressive scoring there. On the other side, Wilson with 20. Off the bench is the leading scorer, Trayshawn Wilson, for the Knights, but that just has not been enough as the Knights look at an 11-point deficit with 31 seconds to go. C.J. Hall will shoot the 1-and-1, knocks the first one down, giving him 19 points on 7 of 9 shooting. C.J. Hall has had a great game tonight, playing 30 minutes so far in this contest, the most minutes played. And he knocks them both down, 20 points on the evening for C.J. Hall. Under 30 seconds and a 13-point deficit, the Knights playing for pride, has the ball stolen, and C.J. Hall gets it from Alaric. Fouled quickly. Oh, wait a minute. I thought C.J. Hall was fouled, but they're going to call a travel. And with 20.3 seconds to go, Justin Collins will inbound. Gets it in to Jason Blair in the game for the first time off the bench. Over to Blair near side. Back up top. They're just running the clock. Blair would like to get a shot off if he could. 8 seconds. Here comes a shot from the right-hand side. That one is good for Chase Lawrence in the game for the first time. And that's the ball game, 85-74. That wraps up the first game of 2 in the NAIA tournament right here, regional tournament. We're 20 minutes away from the second half of this doubleheader taking place. So stick around on this same YouTube channel where the LSUA Generals will be hosting the Stillman Tigers from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's coming up in 20 minutes. Stick around. We got more basketball coming your way on the LSUA General Sports Media Network.
LSUA is the fastest growing college in the state, with the lowest tuition, a diverse student body, and a safe campus. Plan a visit today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Alexandria, Louisiana. The facility is called The Fort, the home of the LSUA Generals, who are hosting this NAIA regional tournament play here. The first half of our doubleheader this afternoon saw the Middle Georgia Knights fall to the Lions of Nelson University by a final score of 85-74. In the number 8 Lions versus the number 9 Knights. In this contest, it's the number 1 seeded Generals hosting the number 16 Stillman College Tigers. And so it'll be a great competition here tonight. Coach DeMario Jackson of the LSUA Generals stated in a pregame interview that there are no bad teams in the NAIA tournament. When you get to this level, there are no bad teams. You can't take any play off or any day off. You got to play your best. So coming into tonight's contest, LSUA Generals have had an impressive season, boasting an overall record of 28-2, and a conference record of 22-2, and they're currently riding a 3-game winning streak, including winning the Red River Athletic Conference Championship last week. And they are at home. They have been dominant this season, 13-0. The Stillman Tigers have enjoyed a successful season with an overall record of 18-11 and a conference record of 14-4. They play well on the road, going in 7-4 on the road. This matchup features two well-coached teams with contrasting styles. LSUA's high-scoring offense and strong rebounding give them an edge in controlling the game's tempo. Stillman College, however, plays a balanced scoring team with an efficient shooting, particularly from beyond the arc, making them a formidable opponent. Key factors to watch include LSUA's ability to maintain their offensive efficiency against Stillman's defense and how Stillman manages LSUA's rebounding dominance. It's going to be a great contest here tonight with both teams showcasing talented players and strategic play styles. Both of these teams have secured their spots in the NAIA Men's Basketball National Championship through exceptional performances in their respective conferences. For the number 16 seed Stillman College Tigers, they secured their spot in the NAIA Championship by winning the HBCU Athletic Conference regular season championship, and that's how they made their way here. This being greeted right now by the referees. We appreciate them coming over and showing good sportsmanship. The accomplishment by the Stillman Tigers, good to see you, sir. We're going to have a great game. This granted to them the automatic bid to the national championship, and they concluded their regular season, as I said earlier, 18-11 overall, 14-4 in conference play. They did fall to the Philander Smith University in the HBCU Athletic Conference Tournament semifinals, but their regular season success ensured their participation in the national championship. On the other side of the scorebook, the LSUA Generals, sorry about that, Tigers are down in Baton Rouge. The Generals are here in Alexandria. They actually earned their place in the national tournament by clinching both the Red River Athletic Conference regular season and tournament championships. They were the first team in the nation to secure a bid to the NAIA tournament. They finished the regular season with that very impressive 22-2 conference record, securing the top seed in the Red River Athletic Conference tournament, which they won, overcoming a 14-point first-half deficit to defeat the University of Southwest out of New Mexico with a final score of 88-79. This record not only marks their second consecutive Red River Athletic Conference Tournament championship, but also solidified their automatic bid to the NAIA National Championship. LSUA Generals are led by Coach DeMario Jackson, who is two-time RRAC Coach of the Year. Our starters are going to be announced for us shortly. And as I'm going to turn things over to the PA announcer, Rich Dupree, so you can hear that information.
Now let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the designated visiting team from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Stillman Tigers. At guard, a 6'3" senior from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 3, Brendan Langford
Was I supposed to?